Today we're going to try Bamboo app in Nigeria if you're trying to invest. So you can easily just go to Google Play, search for Bamboo. So I initially searched for it, so it sort of came up on my initial page. So just type Bamboo and the app pops up. So once you have Bamboo, I already have it installed on this app, so you just click on install, and once it's installed, then you can now sort of open the app and see how to use it. So once you're on launching the page, you would see two options: either start building if you are just signing up, and if it's the first time you're using the app. But if you had already created an account, you usually just go to sign in. So let's assume we're starting off fresh. Click on start saving. Allows you to invest across multiple countries, especially if you're within Africa, and also if you're outside of Africa. So you can see a couple of countries where you're resident in. The app literally works across, so far you're able to sort of use mobile numbers across the different countries. So let's assume you're coming from Nigeria, you can easily just search for Nigeria. You already have it here, it's popular. Then there afterwards you put in your name. Assume the name is blah blah blah. You also type in your official last name. Then afterwards select your gender. Assume it's a male. Date of birth. Assume you're a new investor born in the year 1996. So we just selected it for default page. Then afterwards you put in your country, you put in a default phone number. This should be a number you can easily access to, because you get a notification message and a notification message on this email and phone number. Then you also put in a valid email address for you to sort of have access to your account. That will become the account that you would be using to sign into the page. Then afterwards you put in your password. Let's assume you're going to use some random password here just to for signing up. I will advise, make sure you're using a password that is quite strong. It should include some bit of alphanumeric, and just as you already have it here indicated. So ideally the kind of password that initially used wasn't very compliant. That's why you're seeing so those checkboxes here ensures that the password is sort of provided. And LazyFire as a plug, please make sure you put in LazyFire as your referral code, just to make sure LazyFire gets a bit of recognition from sort of putting you through that video. And once you're done with that, you can easily go through the Bamboo agreements and just make sure that you have clarity on the terms and conditions that are attached to your investment terms. Literally just basic things you need to learn, but I would also advise that you will go through the terms and conditions, and once you're done, you check the button and you click on continue. And once that is done, it takes you to a landing page for you to sort of start your account. And once that is provided, the next bit is for you to now sign into the account. So assuming your account has now been created, the next thing for you to do is now sign in to the page. Here you go and put in your phone number, put in the details to make sure that your account is ready for usage. On signing into the account, you will be requested to sort of put in a secure 4-digit code that will allow you to be able to easily gain access to your account without necessarily having to type your alphanumeric pass or authentication. So easily you can put in a 4-digit code, and if you choose to use a fingerprint or Face ID, easily just check the button upward here just to make sure that that is also provided. And each time you need to do an authentication, that easily just pops up, and you can gain access to your account. But for now, we'll assume that we're only just working with the password, and we'll type in the password. Let's assume a random password is what we're using. Put in the digit code, then we tell you to confirm the password, and once that is done, you also type in the same digit code, and once that digit code is fully entered, that becomes the pin that you now use to access the account. Once successfully logged into the page, you will get some notification. This basically just showing you things that are available that you can do on the app, different options that you can now start to use to invest. And once that is done, you can easily just click on dive in, takes you directly to the page. Here for new accounts, you won't have portfolios yet, right? But because I'm already sort of invested on the platform, that's why I currently have pages to sort of navigate. So if you look at the options that you have on the top menu here, you have access to total investment that you have across different portfolios. Right underneath the portfolio here, you will be able to sort of see the different types of options that are currently available. You can see here you're able to invest in US stock. You can also invest in the Nigerian stock. You can also sort of play across the different platforms that are currently available. So for you to invest, click on the invest option here. It takes you to the mirage of options that are available. You can see you can invest in US stock. You can also invest and buy local Nigerian stock. You can gain access to treasury as well whenever the listings come up. Then you can also sort of save in Naira. Especially I would advise this, especially if you are sort of using this as an emergency fund. That could become something that you can sort of leverage on as a high yield savings account that you can easily just liquidate in case of an emergency. And if you also less rather risk tolerant, you rather prefer to double down on the more less risky assets rather than sort of focusing on the stock market. Fixed income in a dollarized term is also available. You can earn up to about 7% in a year. And Bamboo also offers a managed portfolio, right, which is more or less like a hedge fund. Basically allows you to be able to have access to a pre-selected list of stock that Bamboo had already listed out. So if you prefer to do that, just click on the managed portfolio, then you select and accept the terms. Then afterwards you would see the list of options that are currently available within the allocation. You would see here the different provisions of stock that Bamboo currently have in their portfolio, that are currently sort of pulling together as a managed portfolio. I currently don't use this because I want to be able to manage my portfolio directly myself, but if you look at the current allocation on the list of stocks that Bamboo had currently selected, I find quite interesting some of the selections, and they look pretty aggressive for people who are looking for a middle to high level of risk taking. Then that could become something you could sort of want to focus on. Or in case you rather prefer to buy individual stock yourself, the option for US stock and also the Nigerian stock could be something you want to explore. And once you're done with that, for you to look for a stock, all you just need to just click on the individual sections for your stock. Just search, for instance, if you want to buy Nvidia, which is the AI chip, golden jewel. You can easily make and gain access to it here, and all you need to do is just select and come to the buy option. Once you are on this page, or you'd find a buy option, and once you select on the buy option, you're able to sort of either buy the stock now or buy it sometimes later at a particular price. You use the limit order to do that, and the stop order basically is for you to sort of limit on a particular time that you want to buy the stock as the stock is beginning to gain traction. Currently Nvidia is currently selling at about $185, and you already think that the stock is likely going to hit a 250 in the next couple of months. You want to buy it on its way up. That stop order is something that you can sort of use to buy a stock before it sort of gets to a more targeted price point for you to sort of gain access to. And Adibin, for instance, now you already have some shares in Nvidia that you like to sell. For instance, you just click on the sell option. You can either sell it at the current price, you also make some profits, or you use a limit order page that allows you to sort of gain access to sell the stock at a price in the future. Take, for instance, you want to sell the stock when it is $200 upward, then you put in the rates and the amounts at a particular time. Then you can easily set the time and the dates that stock is set to be available for you to buy, and once that option is provided, then you proceed to buy the stock. And literally that is how to select stock. And if you also want to buy a Nigerian stock, all you need to do is just search for the particular Nigerian stock. Say for instance you want to buy UBA. Basically I use Nigerian stock. I focus more on dividend stock. That's more or less the stocks that I tend to have in my portfolio, because I buy Nigerian stock more from dividend perspective. Here, once the page loads, you would see the individual stock. You can easily just click on the buy option. Nigerian market is closed at the time of recording this profile. That basically just allows you to gain access to it. Then currently, I'm currently averaging my portfolio for UBA at about 31 Naira. Currently, market price is at 42 Naira. Made some gain. It's currently about 20% of my portfolio. And also, these are the different assets that I currently have within my page. So I'll be sharing more tips on how you can sort of gain access to the different markets, and you can always sort of leverage on this platform. Remember, always use LazyFire as your referral code in case you are new on the platform, and I'll be sharing some more tips around my investment journey, things that I've learned, and also how you can sort of take advantage of this going forward.